Hi, everyone. Back again this morning with our Just for Today podcast. And today we are going to talk about your social life. Now, I know most people, especially above 30 years old, they don't have the social life they want. They don't have the circle of friends they're looking for. And they're often questioning, why don't I have that? Why don't I have these friends? Why don't I have one friend? Well, there are a lot of different factors and they would be different for everyone. But one of the main things I see is that people just aren't consistent. If you want to create a social life for yourself, there has to be some consistency. So when I was a new mom, I wanted to create a new group of friends that were moms, and I didn't have any. I was of the friend group I had at the time when I had my first child, I was the only one that had a child. So now I'm in this new season of life and I needed a new friend group in addition to the older one, but I needed mom friends. I am very aware that life is better with a village. So I started arranging and hosting play dates. This cost me time. This cost me money. I would put out a calendar. I would have to go pre-vet places and go and say, would this be good for toddlers? And I was very consistent with that for about 3 years, planning these about once a month. Sometimes no one else would show up. Sometimes too many people would show up. Sometimes it got rained out, but I stayed consistent. And you know what's interesting is through those play dates, I necessarily didn't make a ton of good friends in those early on ones, but miracles happened through these. And I ended up with a huge group of mom friends. I have so many wonderful women I can lean on. And then so many other women were blessed by this social play dates that I set up, but consistency was key and it can't be selfish. I knew that if I wanted something and I consistently held those, I watched a lot of people find their best friends in this play group and I'd be like, oh, they met their best friend. But I was consistent and I stayed faithful in what the Lord put on my heart and the desire I had. And he was so good and he was so faithful. So I want you guys to start being more bold about the social life you'd like. If you don't have children yet or you're not married and you want more single friends, create an environment. Maybe it's a walking club on Saturday mornings or something, and then be consistent and don't stop until what you have is what you want, because it might not come through it, but it's going to come through something else. So don't give up and stay consistent on creating the social life that you crave and desire for how you were made. And we're just going to do it just for today. I'll see you tomorrow.